and thank you for coming to my channel. This is Phoenix Dingo. So, how can Andrew Yang clean up the voting process? Well, I don't know if any of you have heard about it. I will put a link below to the TYT Turks, and they did a story about Pete Buttigieg, or however the heck you say his name. So, long story short, he was receiving large donations from some rich people, okay? And when he got into office, it turns out that there were people that were working below him that wanted to get rid of the black people, basically, that are working. Mainly one of the lead people, I think he was lieutenant or something, I don't know. You'll have to watch it to find out. Anyways, he was someone big in there, and they wanted to get rid of him. They were using a whole bunch of racial slurs and mocking with ebonics and stuff like that. They wanted to get rid of him. So he gets elected in, and they went to his donors to influence him into, firing this guy. He refused, so he ended up getting demoted. But long story short, whether or not he knew about it, about the plan to get rid of the black people, they were saying in quotes, it'll be nice to have the white people running things again. So regardless of whether he knew or not, he ended up getting influenced by his donors. This is one of the problematic things about the process right now, is that you've got people like Elizabeth Warren and Joe Biden who have rich people throwing fundraisers and throwing money into their campaigns, and then they are influenced by them. Now, granted, Elizabeth Warren is championing herself of getting rid of the rich people and yada, yada, yada. But as I said in the video before, she moved over $1 million from her last campaign for Senate, I believe it was. Yeah, Senate, to her presidential bid. And when she ran in 2018, she got tons of money, millions, from rich donors. And she moved it over to this campaign, and now all of a sudden she's grassroots. So you have to think, like, what is the big influence by allowing these people to have such influence over these people? Now, in Peter Buttigieg, or whatever, we're going to call him Petey, in his campaign or getting in, he was influenced by these people, and therefore they were able to make changes that fit their agenda, which was racist. Point blank period, it was racist. So imagine having someone who is the president who is being influenced by these people. You're going to have people resisting going green, working on things for the people, like raise increases, dealing with inflations, health care, UBI, the freedom dividend. You know what I'm saying? All these things that could help the people are going to become back burner to these people who have money. So, what do we do about it? Andrew Yang's got a plan. He is proposing the Democratic Bucks. Love the name. It's so cool. Democratic Bucks, which is $100 for every person to be able to donate to their candidate of choice. This should wash out all of the individual rich donors, because if you have, I forget the number that he had, but I think he said like 10,000 voters with the $100, it'll get you to like 100,000, and if you get more, you can get up to 1 million simply by having the people on your side who believe in your vision. This would be amazing because you have someone like Andrew Yang who comes up with a whole bunch of game-changing plans and didn't have as much support at the beginning. He might have had the support, but not so much the money. I know for me, I donated plasma in order to be able to go ahead and contribute to his campaign. Those of you who watch the station know I've been unemployed since January, so it's been like 9 or 10 months that I have not had a job. Therefore, no income, therefore can't support. But if I had the Democratic Bucks, the Dem Bucks, I would have donated all 100 right to him. And so this is very important, because then we can start getting the people a voice. We can have the candidates be working for the people. And therefore, they would have to pay attention. Like if you saw the amount of people who are like, "Ooh, I like this idea," they would have to start paying attention, you know, instead of just acknowledging the threat. Like Andrew Yang was the one who brought up the automation of jobs. Okay, a whole bunch of other people were like, "It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal." Then they're like, okay, it is a big deal, but my initial way was the way to work with it instead of listening to the people. And if there wasn't such a big cry for it, then explain to me how when he did his contest for 10 people getting the $1,000 a month for a year, and the internet went crazy. Everyone rushed to his site and tried to sign up for it like it was a lotto. If people weren't really hurting for that much money, then it wouldn't be a big deal. But with everyone rushing there, it's kind of an indicator that yes, this is a pretty big deal. And what's sad is next time around, you know everyone's going to be riding on it. Just like this time around, everybody's riding on Bernie Sanders' bid from last time when he was talking about universal health care. They just have little touches and tweaks to it, but it's all the same thing that he was talking about. Now, had we had people working for our money and our votes, then I don't think Hillary Clinton would have won. And I think Bernie would have gotten in. Because Hillary Clinton got in because she had all these super delegates and she had everything lined up before she even got in. So when she got in, she pretty much already had it in the bag. Well, at least getting the nomination, clearly not winning. Just saying. So I think through doing it this way, this could radically change everything, because now you could have the Andrew Yangs, the Mariannes that come in. They come up with an idea, people start donating their dem bucks. The more you hear, the more they're like, oh, okay, here you go, here you go, here you go. And they start getting more money, and then they'll be able to get on the campaign stage. They can go ahead and debate. But if you're talking about your constituents who are economically oppressed and cannot afford to donate, of course you're not going to hit the threshold. It's ridiculous. It's rigged in a way so that our voices are stifled and the people who have money can go ahead and make their influence with their money and then make influences on the changes that happen. So I give a huge tip of the hat to Andrew Yang for this idea. I think it's a game changer, and I really hope he gets in so he can change this, so we can start moving in the right directions. Because they're not listening to the people that are struggling. They're not listening to the people who've lost their homes in 2008. I mean, they talk a big game about, you know, the rich donors and, you know, draining the swamp and, you know, bailing out banks and things that are too big to fail, but they don't address what's going on down here. They're more than happy to let us sit here and work all kinds of jobs just to make ends meet. They're more than happy to let people go ahead and look and look and look for jobs, and there are no jobs. But then they turn around and say, oh, more people than not are working because there's less people on you know, unemployment. But yet you can only get unemployment for 3 months. So think about all the people that are going through economic problems, but they're reporting the exact opposite. I sure as hell do not see it. I don't. So in taking away the power of these people who have the money, who are going to influence things for their better interest, people can start taking care of us, paying attention to us. So I am so happy about that, and I am excited about it. So I want to hear what you have to say about it. So please comment below. Let me know what you think. And everyone have a great day. Thank you.